Have you ever noticed how people sometimes act? They show affection, but underneath, there's always a calculation happening. What will I gain from this? What's in it for me? And when the need passes, you see their true nature. If you become love itself, what you gain? Nothing at all. This path is for those wise enough to be foolish. If you don't walk this path, one day you may find yourself leaving this world without having truly loved. The greatest possibilities within you can become your deepest burden. Now is the moment to simply be love. Perhaps nothing is more desired than love, yet nothing is more misunderstood. Nothing is more misused in this world. Being love is very different from saying, I love you, and expecting love in return. That's simply marketplace exchange. I will love you if you love me. Where there is exchange, there is expectation, and expectation seeks profit. Love is not profitable. It's a conscious journey where you may lose everything, even yourself. This is for those wise enough to be foolish. You know the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is when you act like you know everything. It's like knowing a tomato is a fruit and feeling proud of that fact. But wisdom is understanding you don't put tomatoes in fruit salad. So many people know about love intellectually, but feel nothing beating within. Because this is about you being love, not about loving someone. If you love someone, you expect them to love you back. But once you have expectations, you want fairness in who gets what. Do you love me as much as I love you? I never said I loved you. Poor soul, let me share a story about this. One Sunday morning, a husband lovingly took out his golf clubs. He polished each one carefully, took out a new ball, wiped it with a damp cloth, preparing with great tenderness. His wife watched him and said, "The care you show your golf clubs makes me think you love golf more than me." He considered saying the usual things, but didn't want his clubs to hear something that might make them misbehave on the course. So he said, "Mary, I must admit I love golf more than you, but I love you more than tennis, football, hockey, basketball, more than all those things combined." You see what happens. What should be a profound experience of life becomes reduced to transaction, and something very valuable is lost. This happens everywhere now. We say, 7 minutes of meditation to own your day. Perhaps to get people started we offer carrots because we have no stick. Everyone should meditate. But we have no enforcement, so we offer incentives. At one level this works for managing mental health. We show the stick by saying, you might get mentally unwell. Do this, that will happen. But meditation isn't a transaction. It's not something you do to get something. Similarly, love isn't a transaction. It's not something you do, it's something you become. If you become love, what do you get? Nothing. Because what will I get? Only matters to those who feel constantly unfulfilled. If the fulfillment of love is within you, what is there to get? You don't need to get anything. Only those who haven't known the fulfillment of being love are always thinking, what will I get? You will get nothing. One day you will die without having loved. When I say without having loved, I don't mean without someone else's love, but without that radiant fullness of love within yourself. If you don't turn inward to touch the core of who you are, then everything becomes transaction. There's nothing wrong with transactions in the marketplace, but here there are no transactions. What is there to give or take? You came with nothing, you leave with nothing. What truly belongs to you? There is nothing you can actually possess. It's a psychological ailment to think something or someone belongs to you. Tell me, what truly belongs to you? Attend someone's funeral. Go before your own comes, as it will for everyone. What are you smiling about? We all eventually become customers of the cremation ground. Is there anyone who isn't a customer? If you see someone who has passed away, notice we say, dead man, but never, dead woman. There's safety in being a woman. That person isn't willing to make any transactions. Not willing to smile. Not willing to, if you tell them, I love you, repeatedly, if they're truly gone, you'll run a mile. Isn't that true? The nature of life is like this. What we call love, joy, ecstasy. This isn't give and take business. Either you're overwhelmed by it or you're not. If you're trying to protect yourself, these things will stay away because they cannot touch you when you're in survival mode. When two people need the same thing, they may act very loving. When the need is gone, observe them. They become different people. I'm not belittling what happens in the world. It's okay. But what I will say is this: if at any moment you feel love within you, whether looking at a man, woman, tree, dog, whatever reason, just stay with that feeling. It doesn't matter how it happened. That something is beginning to sprout within you. Just stay with it. But you'll try to make it a transaction. I will love you. Will you love me the same way? I love you 1 kilogram. Will you love me 1 kilogram too? You destroy it. I know calculations happen. That's okay. But you know what he did, what she did. I know all those things. What haven't they done to me? That's not the point. The point is about you, not them. For this to become beautiful, for being here to feel worthwhile, emotionally you must be love. There's simply no other way. I will love you when you become how I want you to be. That day will never come because it cannot come from outside. You create the conditions for something to sprout within. If you're in love, your eyes will see everything with love. But I only see this person with love. That won't work. If you're in love, the trees look fantastic. The mountains look fantastic. The empty sky looks fantastic. What's wrong with the grasshopper? The fantastic grasshopper, you'll love it. Because love isn't an action. It's not something you do. It's something you can become. If you don't become that, you've lived a very poor life. And as I've reminded you countless times, life is terribly brief. How many calculations can you make? If you're playing the marketplace, the stock market, calculate all you want. Calculate better than anyone. That's good. But the profound dimension of your being won't respond to calculations. We've made the mistake of telling you, for good reason, that meditation means 15 minutes. Some say 12 minutes. They start waking you up then. 12 is a good number. That's why they choose it. So you're admitting you need to be opened up. This whole business of life is just choice. Sitting here breathing, making it a beautiful process or making it a burdensome task. That's the choice. When you habitually make everything transactional, everything about barter and exchange, the endless calculations in your head won't allow you to blossom. What did I say? What did she say? What did he say? What did he do? What did I do? Did I work more than him? Is he getting more reward? This goes on endlessly about everything. To become love, what do you need? You don't need anything. You just need enough intelligence to understand that if you make yourself unpleasant and get 100 billion, it means nothing. If you sit here, whatever you have or don't have, if you're overflowing with love and bliss, then other things, according to need or capacity, you'll do something. When transactions become paramount, your mind isn't a mind, it's a marketplace. In marketplace, you have to make a killing, otherwise you're not smart there. I want you to be smart in the marketplace too. But if you know how to keep transactions separate from your inner self, outside activity shouldn't determine who you are. Who you are should determine what you're doing. This is what love means. If you're in love, who you are determines what you do. Otherwise, what you do determines who you are. This is the whole thing with the world. They do something so they become that. No. Because you are this, you will do what you can in the world. All these problems exist because people haven't invested enough in turning inward to touch their core. External transactional life occupies you so much that nothing deeper can happen. Once you enter profit and loss thinking, it never stops. Not just about money, but about so many things. How silly is this when you clearly know? Let me check. I don't know what you came with. In our tradition, stories tell of children born with conch and chakra. I don't know what you came with. You came empty-handed, didn't you? Then where is profit? Where is loss? Everything is profit. Every breath is profit. Every additional breath is tremendous profit. But constantly calculating, what will I get? What will I get? Did she get more than me? What happened? What happened? This is how we speak English. What happened? You know. What will you find in this life? Is there a way to prove whether someone is in love? This happened. An X-ray specialist married one of his patients. The whole town wondered, what did he see in her? No X-ray, no dissection can find anything. You can only open up and damage organs. That's all, just blood and tissue. You think if I open you up, you're pretty. No, you're quite, but that's how we're made. There's nothing to find that way because life isn't in objectivity, it's in subjectivity. Having certain fingers, hair, nose, this doesn't make you something, though in certain industries maybe. With life itself, it means nothing. There's only the possibility that if you nurture it, it becomes an overflowing sense of wonder about what you are. Otherwise, it's a hard track. Human life is hard if you're not soaked in love and ecstasy. Yes, it is hard. Only someone too stupid. What are the girls saying? Yes, yes, yes. They're thinking of someone. That guy is too stupid. That's not what I meant. Only someone too stupid to think they'll gather something and take it from this life. Only such a person can be fanatically enthusiastic about life. Otherwise, if you have enough intelligence to see this isn't going anywhere, but still have to do all this, you'll get frustrated. You'll get depressed. The only way to float beyond this is to be soaked in love and ecstasy. Then there's no purpose. You do everything you can do. What you cannot do, you don't do anyway. Some people here are thinking of morning practice. What I cannot do, I don't do. No, that's in the category of what you can do. This is what I've been telling you. If you don't invest in turning inward to touch your deeper core, then you either get lost in transactions finding perverted joy in doing better than others or having more wealth than others. That's your only pleasure. Otherwise, you cannot live a sane life. I ask you simply, when you know you come with nothing and leave with nothing, is this true? Am I making philosophy from this? You come with nothing, you leave with nothing. If you truly know this, does it make sane sense that every moment you wonder about profit or loss with your life? Very few people know. Sound travels far. When there's no sense or sanity in most human activity, not necessarily the activity itself, but the context. No activity is foolish. Every activity has purpose. But the context with which you do it is everything. If you're soaked in love, you'll do whatever is needed. Isn't that how the world should be? What is needed, we do joyfully. That's all. No, I'll only do this. Nobody needs that. I'll only do that. That's a stupid way to live. Because when your way of being is determined by what you do, that's what happens. I'll only do that. No, I'll do what's needed today. This flexibility allows you to be an outpouring of love, because activity is a fantastic way to express yourself. If we sat facing each other daily saying, I love you, you love me, you wouldn't even like it. This happened to people married in the United States. There's an unwritten norm that you must tell your spouse, I love you, at least 21 times daily. So, I love you, John. I love you, Mary. It happens. Then he got busy with work and couldn't say it daytime. So evening came and he counted how many he owed. Slowly, I love you became, I love you too. Then after 6 months, he texted, I love you. She replied, ditto. Why not? Everything has short forms now. Then eventually both could just finished. Same thing. So it's not something you do. You must become it. It's most beautiful if you become it. If you try to do it when needs must be fulfilled, it looks nice. Once needs are gone, it turns ugly in many ways. Needs aren't just physical. There are physical, social, psychological, emotional needs. To fulfill these, we can chant these words, but don't make it frivolous. It's very important. Profound things in life remain sacred. You don't easily say this about your ice cream. I love it, you say. But if you look around in April, it melts down your arm. Of course, you don't love it anymore. It's very important that what is profound maintains some sanctity. Otherwise, everything gets mixed with garbage. Recently, these so-called influencers, YouTubers, Instagrammers, Telegrammers, TikTokers, started talking beyond their limits. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong with anything in life. It's about what's appropriate. If you have civilization within, you see what's appropriate. If you don't, nothing is wrong. What's wrong with anything until it hits you in the face? And it will. Because 90% of being human is learned behavior. Only 10% you know instinctively. Who we are today isn't entirely ours. A million generations of people, though not consciously related, everything they did, said, wrote has percolated into you, hasn't it? In countless ways, it has entered you. If we isolated you from human society from childhood to adulthood, would you behave like an animal? Absolutely, because only the 10% you know instinctively is very animalistic. Being human is 95% learned behavior. What you learn isn't the point. How you learn is the point. If you're in love, whatever you learn will benefit you and everyone. If you're not in love, the same thing can be used countless ways to harm everything on the planet. Look at modern science today. Physics is wonderful to know. Like I said, knowing a tomato is a fruit but not putting it in fruit salad. Messy, isn't it? This has happened countless ways. Most blatantly, nuclear science, tremendous possibility, but grave danger to everyone. Why? Because those doing it aren't in love. They think by dominating others, they'll reach some special place. They all believe they're going somewhere special. If it's so special, why haven't they gone? If you have a reservation somewhere special, you should go before I take your seat. Your booking isn't confirmed. That's why. The greatest possibilities become your curse because you're not in love. This is the tragedy of human intelligence. Your intelligence is potent. Even if people say you're stupid, compared to other creatures, your intelligence is powerful. But it's the most dangerous thing on the planet if you're not in love. If you're in love, this intelligence is fantastic. What amazing things it can do, but now many think only stupid people fall in love. Intelligent people do transactions. This has gone deep into current society, and we're paying the price. Today we talk about mitigating a mental health pandemic. There are many aspects, but one important aspect is this: thinking intelligence means smart transactions, while being stupid means you might fall in love or become a devotee. With such context, naturally we head toward mental health pandemic. Where else would we go? It's time to turn this around. It's time to be in love.